It's very special, isn't it, when we have the services that not only unite us as a community, but generations within a family. And that's, just thank you for that. It was very moving and well done. Thank you. One of my teachers used to say that the prayer in the synagogue is not always sincere. Sometimes you have to force yourself into this honest prayer. But the teacher said that the most sincere prayer happens on an airplane during a period of turbulence. And I think I mentioned it at some point in the past. So, but I think there is part of truth in it, in this saying. When we experience difficult moments in personal life or crisis in the world, we tend to turn inwards and think about our priorities and reflect on what matters to us. But I would like to add to this teaching and suggest that not only negative, but also all significant life events inspire us to ask important questions. Well, and there are many examples of this. We make birthday resolutions, we make promises on the new year, and on anniversaries. We say that we will exercise more, spend more time with people we love, and give more to others. In other words, we use milestones, all milestones, both positive and negative, to reflect on our lives and promise ourselves to become better people, a better community, and a better society. Well, this Shabbat, as I said, has a special significance not only to our Bar Mitzvah family, but to the Jewish people. This Shabbat is called Shabbat HaAtzmaut, the Independence Shabbat. And the modern state of Israel declared independence on the 14th of May, 1948. And that year corresponded with the 5th of the Hebrew month Iyar. Since then, Shabbat HaAtzmaut, the Independence Shabbat, marks the Independence Day during the closest Saturday to that day. This year, it falls on this Shabbat. Today, I would like us to focus and reflect on the idea of independence. And I think there is an obvious similarity, there is obvious link between the way how a Bar Mitzvah boy celebrates the journey towards personal independence and the way how a country forms the idea of sovereignty and independence. In both cases, freedom is at the core of the agenda, and in both cases, it is not a straightforward and simple concept. Questions that a teenager asks and questions that a country, or especially a young country, asks are similar. What does it mean to become an adult? What does it mean to become free and independent? What is my role in relation to others? How much do I need to give to others, and should I give anything at all? The word for independence in Hebrew is Atzmaut. It comes from the word etzem, which means bone, or another meaning essence. This semantic connection between the two words, Atzmaut and etzem, implies the connection between the concept of independence and the inner personal core, or essence. This connection led Jewish thinkers to develop a beautiful philosophy and a lesson. If a person is freed from his master, that is only half of the freedom. Freedom means fulfilling your true essence. The spiritual essence of the concept of Atzmaut, independence, is that we will be able to recognize our inner essence and reach out and reach our full potential. What am I? Becomes the main question of independence. Even if we become independent from all forces that make us dependent on them, We are not truly independent until we realize what lies inside ourselves. True independence is not about freedom from others, but a deep understanding of yourself. This week's Torah portion has perhaps the most famous commandment in the world. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as yourself. Rabbi Levi ben Gershon, also known by the acronym Ralbag, a medieval French Jewish philosopher, Talmudist, and mathematician, interprets this commandment in a very original way, I think. He asks, why Torah would specify that you should love your neighbor as yourself? Why do we add this bit about yourself? Why not just say, love your neighbor? And he concludes that one must always prioritize oneself. Therefore, for example, no one is expected to help another in their work at the expense of your own. If the help to others will bring you harm, you should not do it. And this position, to be honest, seems selfish and very unkind. If you take it to the extreme, you may end up not providing any help to others. On the other hand, you are an independent and free person and can choose to keep everything for yourself. I think many of us would agree that this approach seems a little bit wrong or too much, too extreme, too selfish, especially in the light of many turbulent crises that shake the world and make many people in need of our help. This is probably why Rabbi Akiva, another rabbi from the 2nd century, long before Ralbag, formulated the rule in the following way. So his interpretation of this commandment is the following: do not do to the other what you would not want them to do to you. Please notice that it is in a negative form. He doesn't invite us to do to others what you would want them to do, but don't do to others what you wouldn't want to do to yourself. Again, the main focus is not on the independence from others, not on how other people feel or reach towards you or react towards you, but on yourself. True love, true independence and freedom should not come from the opposition to hatred and oppression, but from a deep understanding of your inner core, your own values and priorities. When you blame others for your problems and when your life becomes a constant battle against your enemies, this is not independence or freedom. This is just another form of slavery. You do not blame the pilot for the turbulence. You think what matters to you the most and try to become a better person. Shabbat Shalom.